how are you seeing AI fluency change what kinds of roles are available? Like we've talked about that, like marketing teams are collapsing, um, or what executives are even being approached for. Like, what are you hearing being whispered, if you will?
The biggest change I see is enablement is fundamentally going to change. I've been spending a lot of time with a company called Hyperbound, which is really driving like changes in AI role plays, right? So instead of training where historically the trainers are from a teaching background, or maybe they've been a salesperson and their job is like take what's being released or what the CEO says and do standardized training. I think the AI role plays that Hyperbound is driving is the vision much more is it's going to be personalized for you and you're going to practice until you nail it. And if you can't get over that hump, like we will know. And so I think that will really improve management training. And I think there's a lot of efficiencies you can drive with AI, and people are spending more time on calls, less time on the busy work. And then
Exactly.
RevOps is the key to being able to make that all work, but the role will be very different in 2 years than it is right now. And so I think that's some of the changes in the core for GTM functions that I'm seeing.
Yeah, so let's dig into RevOps a little bit. Like, what do you think that role is going to look like in 2 years? How do you think, it'll change team structure and, what kind of roles are available and what the skills are required?
Yeah, it's a lot of what I spend a third of my time on with GTM Council. We've got the top 100 people and we're interviewing people every week, just understanding it, which is a really great place to be. I think the core foundational systems will change. I think the idea of a crappy UX with a clunky system like Salesforce will fundamentally change. And I'm spending a lot of time with the vendors there. I think marketing automation, like I have a ton of friends that are looking to churn off of Marketo, and this cool company called Inflection.io is starting to fundamentally rethink marketing automation in a AI first world. And so I've been
Yeah.
spending a lot of time with them. As I said, enablement, I think is going to change. I think the fundamental roles of, your question was around how RevOps changes. But I think RevOps you'll see the stack kind of fundamentally turn over. I think it'll probably, we were actually debating this with Everett at Clay of like, do specialized solutions win out, or does more of a builder platform like Clay win out? And I think I can see it going both ways, right? Like I spent time recently with the CEO of 11X, and the cool thing for them is like, if you automate SDR, you think it's like data, it's deliverability, it's the sequencing and everything. And it's like you take 5 tools and you're collapsing it into one. And so I think that's a possible route. I also think that people are going to want to build their own stuff and customize their own UXs. And so I can see companies taking, it's really interesting. I don't know which way it's going to go right now. And I'm talking to people that are going both directions.
Yeah, and like it might not just go one way. There might be kind of this schism of companies who are building one way versus another way, and like we just don't know yet.
Every time I hear of a company that churns off of Salesforce, I call whoever I know there, and I'm like, I want to understand the process, what you're going to, how you're thinking about it. And that part is really interesting for me. So it's been a blessing for me, which is like, I guess I saw 2 years ago that we were sitting with older tech and that this world in 2 to 3 years in GTM will change. It is not there. But there are people innovating and testing on it, but we're still in like the Bronze Age, maybe is what I would say in this. And so RevOps teams are at the front of this, of figuring out how to drive these efficiencies.